Hello, new teachers. My name is Patty Washington. I am going to be your school-based technology specialist for IAS. And so I would like to welcome you first to IAS. I think you're going to really like working with us. Unfortunately, since we're starting the year virtually, I will not be able to meet you face to face to go over some initial technology information that's going to be important for you as you start the year in IAS. So I wanted to make this little video to introduce myself and to tell you a little bit about the items that you need to check on your computer to make sure everything is working properly. So once again, welcome to IAS, and I hope you enjoy this short video. So now I'm going to get off the screen and show you some things for you to check to make sure you have on your computer. So first thing, you need to make sure that you check on your desktop for the following icons. So the first one is this VPN icon. This is extremely important because there are several applications in FCPS that you will not be able to access unless you're on the secure network. So this is one icon that you want to make sure you have. The second one that's really important is this Request IT icon. The Request IT icon is what you're going to use to put in your tech requests. So if something's not working on your computer and you need one of the T-specs to take a look at it, you need to make sure you put in the ticket. There would be other things that you would need to put tickets in for as well, and the T-specs will go over those with you in a little bit. The next icon that you want to make sure that you have on your desktop is the SIS. This is our student information system. This is where you will take attendance, and this is where you will enter your grades. So this is the grade book. Okay. My Time is where you will request leave. So if you need to take a day off, you would put in the request through My Time. So you need to make sure that this icon is listed there. And then lastly but not least, Home of the Phoenix. For whatever reason, my icon for Home of the Phoenix is not showing up, but the word Phoenix is there, so I know that this is it. This icon is going to take you to our staff site, and our staff site is pretty much one-stop shop. So this is where you can go to find all of your questions. So I'm going to start off with VPN. You'll notice that I'm already logged into VPN because the icon is here on my taskbar, but to access VPN, you're just going to double click to open it. You're going to click on Connect, and then you're going to enter your FCPS username and your password. You do not have to put in your email address, just the first part of your username, and then you click on Connect. And then it's going to go through the process of connecting, and once you're connected to VPN, you do not need to be on VPN for everything you do. Okay, you do not need VPN when you're using any Google applications. The items that you need VPN for is for your SIS. So when you're working on grades or you're taking attendance, you will need to be logged into VPN in order to do that from home. You'll also need to be on VPN to put in a tech request. So to put in a Request IT, you need to make sure that you're logged into VPN. You also will need VPN to access the FCPS intranet and your H drive. Okay, so you would go through the process that I just went through, and then once you've done that, now you're ready to access all of those items that I just listed: SIS, Request IT, FCPS net, and the H drive, in your H drive. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is the Home of the Phoenix. So if I open the Home of the Phoenix, it is a Google site, and this is what it looks like. Okay, and so this is your one-stop shop for all things IAS. In this particular video, I'm only going to show you a couple things regarding technology. Everything else you can look at it on your own time. Okay, so the first thing I'll direct your attention to is this distance learning button. This is a new section that we put up this year in the spring when we went to distance learning. So on this site, you're going to find a lot of helpful information. You're going to find information about VPN and making sure that you see your H drive. If you don't see it, there's instructions on how to map it. There are important resources like the FCPS digital ecosystem. This shows you all of the digital tools that are approved and that you can use with your students. Once again, there's another link back to the home of the Phoenix on this page. And then if you scroll down to this section, you see questions that will have answers to it if you click on it. So if you're still using Blackboard, you can click on this link and it'll take you to the page to show you how to set up your class. This will show you how to make a YouTube video and how to upload the video and etc. So I'm not going to go over all of these items, but I do want you to know that this is here. Okay. Another area, and I'm going to go back to the home of the Phoenix, that I want to focus your attention on is this technology tab. Okay, if you click on this technology tab, it is going to take you to your tech help. Okay, so you will, once it loads, you'll see if I click on tech integration, it's going to show me instructional resources, the learning management systems that we have available, and then digital tools. So these are not all of the approved digital tools. These are digital tools that we tend to use a lot in IAS. If you click on the links to each one of these, it's going to take you to a page to give you more information. Some of these are videos to show you how to create your account and get started using it. Some of them are PDFs with step-by-step instructions. Okay. Another area is the tech tips. Each week I put out tech tips. Usually it's just one or two new things that I've discovered, and it's important for you to take a look at these so that you can see what's new and what's coming up. These are some that I did last year. This was the most recent one, because then we went out of school, and as you can imagine, I kind of had a lot of other projects, so I didn't have a chance to continue with the tech tips. And then otherwise I would do the tech tips in our weekly newsletter, which I'll show you that in 1 second also. But professional development opportunities would be listed here as well. These are some that are ongoing, and I just wanted to point this out to you because I feel like this is going to be a helpful site for you to use. So if I go back to the home of the Phoenix, the other thing I wanted to show you is the newsletters. Each Friday, Jennifer will send out newsletters to tell us what's going on for that particular week. So usually in her email, she will send a direct link to the newsletters, but let's just say, you want to get to the newsletters yourself on a day other than Friday that she sent to you, you can always come to the home of the Phoenix, go to the newsletters, and then click on the date for the newsletter that you want to see, or the updates, I should say. And then these updates will show you what's going on in IAS. Okay, so these will be coming out weekly, especially when we get back to work. So, and as I said, Jennifer sends out an email on Friday mornings reminding you that they're there and the direct link to it. Another thing that I wanted to point you to is the IAS portals. You'll see there's one for parent, there's one for teachers, and then there's one for students. So if I click on the teacher portal, all of these are Google sites, and so that's one of the reasons why I'm having to log into my Google account. So entry conference forms, enrolling, grading, and reporting information, student withdrawal forms, and technology can all be found on this site. So this, if you click on the technology link here, it'll take you to the same place that we were just in. So this is the website that I just showed you, and these are all of the resources that are available to you. If we go back to the student portal, this is the portal that you're going to share. You're going to make sure that your students are aware of. Now, your students, just like we have the Home of the Phoenix icon on our desktops, the students will have a portal, or excuse me, an icon on their desktops to get to this student welcome portal. So you need to make sure, though, that you go over this with them at one of your first meetings when school first starts, okay? Because a lot of important information is here as well, especially this tech support. So now that students are at home, they're not going to be in person to be able to seek out technology assistance. So if they are having issues with their actual equipment, you would do some level 1 troubleshooting as best as you can. You spend no more than 5 minutes trying to help them resolve the issue. And if you cannot, then you are going to put in a request IT ticket, and then our T-Specs will take it from there. Okay. On this tech site, this is help for all of the different variations or tools that we use in IAS. Okay, so Chrome is the preferred browser that we use. So this talks about how to add extensions and how to bookmark websites, which is important because you probably want to go over with your students how to bookmark sites that they're going to be using regularly with you. This was a page for, or is a page for, distance learning. Now this is probably going to get updated before the beginning of the year, but I do want to point this out to you. Lots of information on Admentum, like how to log into Admentum, etc. There's also an Admentum page on Home of the Phoenix for you to familiarize yourself with it more. Deanne Lyon is our specialist for Admentum, so if you have any Admentum questions, she would be the person that you would reach out to. And then all of this is from the student perspective, though. So this is if the students have trouble logging into their FCPS 24/7 Blackboard accounts, Google Drive, they would come here. This is how they can reset their password. There's information about student view, and then how to do some basic troubleshooting of their laptop or their MiFi device. So once again, I did want to point that out to you because you want to make sure that your students are familiar with this site and they would access it from their desktop. There's an icon on their desktop to access it. Okay, so there's a lot in this site for you to look over. At the beginning of the year, we have some tasks that we all need to complete, and so this is the end of the year checkout. This is going to be replaced pretty soon with the beginning of the year checkout, and so everything you need to get the year started with will be listed right there. Okay. Another thing that I would like to show you is how to put in a request IT ticket. So if you double click on the request IT icon on your desktop, you don't have to log in. It's automatically have you logged in. And then under support, you're going to click on this drop down to indicate what you need fixed. Okay, so if it's equipment, and so let's say something's wrong with your computer, it won't boot or whatever, you're going to click on that and you're going to see that it's automatically populated with your information, because when you log onto this computer, it automatically knows that it's you. And then you're going to put in, once again, what is the equipment? Is it a computer, printer, projector, smartphone, etc.? Whatever it is, you're going to choose the type. You're going to choose your site. Okay. You may not have to choose your site because oftentimes it would automatically default to your site. Your desk location, it doesn't matter because you're, at home. You do want to put in a phone number because if someone needs to reach you, they need to be able to reach you. They might have a question about your request. And then under notes, you need to give a detailed description of what is wrong with your equipment or your application. You can't just say my computer's not working. Okay, we need to get as much information from you as we possibly can. So you're going to put that in the notes. The urgency, it really doesn't matter which one of these you choose, because typically the turnaround time is about 24 hours for us to look at and respond to your request. And when I say respond, it doesn't mean your requests will automatically be fixed, but we acknowledge it. Put the barcode of your computer, and then you're going to click the submit button to submit your request. And then our IT team, our T-Specs, will receive that request, and then they will contact you for further, for what's going to come next. Since we are not face-to-face, I mean, if we were in a building, they would just come to you and talk to you, but since we are not face-to-face, they will probably be reaching out to you via email or a phone call. Okay, so those are the things that, and then let's look at this real quick. Okay, so this is the login page. You're going to use your the same login name that you would log in for to get onto the computer. So your username and your password is exactly the same thing. And so you put it in and you click login. So you want to make sure you check and make sure you can log into that system. If you cannot, put in a request ticket for that, please, so that we can make sure we get your account ready before the first day with students. And then, so my time and all of those applications, once again, you're going to use the same username and password that you use to log onto your computer to access all of those accounts. Now, we use Google a lot in IAS, and so I'm going to show you quickly how to access your account. So you're going to click on the Google Chrome icon to get into Chrome, and then once you are in Chrome, I'm going to click here to get a new tab. Okay, so this is, once you click in, typically this is what your page is going to look like. If you look over in the right hand corner, you're going to see these, well, actually, to make sure, because I know right now I'm in a personal account, so to make sure that I'm in my FCPS account, I always start here by clicking on this shortcut, the FCPS Google accounts. Okay, so when I click on that, now I have the Fairfax County banner over in the left hand side. You may or may not have your picture. You have to put the picture in yourself if you want it there. If your picture's not there, your initial is probably going to be there. But when you see this banner, then you know you're in your school account. Okay, and then once you get to this account, if you look to the left, you're going to see this circle, and these are all of your applications. So if you click on that circle, it's going to show you all of the different applications. If you're going to use Google Classroom, you would access it right here. This is how you get to your Google Drive. This is how you get to your Gmail. And this is how you get to sites, YouTube, etc. Google Meet you can access from here, but you can also access Google Meet from Classroom as well. More information and training on these applications are going to be forthcoming. I just wanted to show you how to access them. So once again, you're going to go to this FCPS Google Apps shortcut that's on your bookmarks bar, and then click on the 9 little squares to choose which application you want to work in. Okay, so I know I've given you lots of information to look at. I hope I haven't overwhelmed you already, but once again, if you have any questions about anything in the video, let me know. This video is just to give you a quick start on you checking to make sure that you have the absolute necessity to the applications that you're going to need to get you started. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can always shoot me an email or put in a request IT ticket, and we will make sure we get your issues resolved. So thank you for watching this video, and once again, welcome to IAS, and I look forward to meeting you and working with you this year.